Now we're going to talk a little bit about what happens after the conference. There's a set of mutual expectations between the company, the Tech Scouts, and the conference planners. So let's just start out at the beginning, what in the stages we're at right now. Conference planners are working with you. They're expecting you to be prepared and have all of your documents submitted on time. They may require some revisions after you pitch by the Tech Scouts, but even when that happens, you need to quickly submit them, get them back as soon as possible to the conference planners. The conference planners are actually going to be the ones that will forward those documents to the Tech Scouts, at least in the initial stages. This protects the Tech Scouts from being inundated with emails and not being able to do their job. Now, the Tech Scouts have allotted a certain amount of time to process this conference technologies. So if you miss that window, which is probably a week or two, depending on what else they have going on, if you miss it, it's hard for them to get back to your technology because they're headed off in other directions. Now, not all technologies are going to be formally socialized, but I can tell you that you will get very good feedback. It'll be very worthwhile. I've actually sat in on about probably 250 different presentations to Tech Scouts, including our conferences and then other people that we've supported. And I can tell you, I've only seen about 3 different companies where when they got to their end of the presentation, that the Tech Scouts didn't have good suggestions for them. Maybe applications they hadn't thought of, or possibly people to talk to within organizations, various ways that they could tweak their product. Now, a lot of them will get socialized, but I just want to let you know that not everybody will formally get socialized. But when once you submit your documents, you can expect that the conference planners are going to promptly submit what the Tech Scouts ask for. So now, when we come to the socialization, what does that look like? Well, it could be phone calls, but usually it's going to be emails. The Tech Scouts will use your documents to socialize. That's why they need them to be ready. So they're going to forward them. And you may or may not know who they were sent to. Some of the Tech Scouts are more secretive, but some of them are very open. I'll tell you about one in particular. One Tech Scouts writes very structured socialization emails. We'll start out saying, "Hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm a Tech Scout for this organization. I found this technology at this conference, and I'm sending this to you for you to evaluate for solving needs within your organization," something like that. And then he's going to take that email and he's going to cut and paste from your documents. Most likely, the very next thing he'll do is either copy your bluff statement, will be included as a teaser, or at least a substantial portion of it, maybe a few key bullet points, which incidentally is maybe why you're asked to update some of your documents. They want you to add some bullet points that's going to draw out specific things that maybe you've talked about but you didn't have in your presentation, and that they can pull out and copy and paste into your socialization email. Then they will actually send this out to whoever they think needs to have it. There will be a socialization email sent out to maybe a few, or maybe 10 or 20 or more different places. And you will be copied. This particular Tech Scout copies you on that email. So it allows the way this is laid out, it allows the recipients of that email to really quickly evaluate whether they should be interested. And then after the socialization, if you get a copy of that, that is your cue, not to sit around and wait for a phone call to happen, but for you to start following up with those people. So recommendations for that is that you should write a specific email to each one and go ahead and forward that original email. Don't just hit a reply to all. You'll blow up people's emails. And you want to target that. It will be a very short email. but you want to target specifically that person. And ask for the opportunity to possibly set up a meeting for maybe 15 minutes over the phone to share your capabilities and see if there's further interest in your technology. And this is really important. If a Tech Scout copies you on an email, the introduction, go ahead and name drop that Tech Scout. That's really important because they expect that. That will make this a warm introduction and not just a cold call. There's a big difference between the two. It may take a few weeks for the socialization to take place, but once it happens, then things will start moving. And remember, this is not something where you're just going to see a contract come out of it in the next week. It takes time. You're working different channels, and it takes a period of time to make things happen. But go ahead and continue in the direction that you're going, and pursue other ideas that came up from your pitch.